I hope you don't think I'm completely cuckoo with sharing this. I know it's a very kind of, it's a bit of a push to have this analogy here. But I really think that if you have any of those kind of issues that show up maybe in the relationships in your life, you will probably have a similar thing show up for you with YouTube. And with YouTube, it's a very long-term game. I've realized this by doing YouTube for 5 years. This is actually my second and completely new channel where I talk just about YouTube strategy and the human experience of it. And if we think about attachment styles, which I love very much, if you're anxious, you're always gonna feel humongous pressure for every video to perform because you're like, oh my god, am I not good enough? I really wanted to perform well. Did I choose the wrong title? Did I choose the wrong thumbnail? Am I speaking not well enough? If you're avoidant, then you're gonna be like, man, this showing up once a week with a video is way too much for me, and actually I feel so suffocated. I actually miss my freedom of having the independence and not being so, in this all the time. However, if we think about secure attachment, which I'm sure a lot of us aspire to, it's the one that feels the calmest, the most fulfilling. It allows you to kind of thrive in the relationship, but also still remain yourself. If we think about that and what that looks like when it comes to YouTube, first of all, you wouldn't have so much pressure on every single video to perform. You would kind of think about it in seasons, in more longer term vision type of thing. And you would think that, well, I know that I'm putting in a lot of effort, but I actually really believe that it's all compounding and it all matters, even if outwardly I'm not getting the numbers that I want. But it really matters to me that I succeed eventually. It really matters to me that I allow myself the financial freedom, that I allow myself the freedom to work from wherever I want and talk about the stuff that I, if not find interesting every single time, but the stuff that I find fulfilling to talk about. That requires a lot of tending to. It requires a lot of nurturing. It requires a lot of freaking effort. And it might not be immediately giving me a payback of, dopamine all the time. But I have to just stick to it because I really believe in this long-term purpose, in the thing that I want to achieve. My why is very strong. And because of that, actually, even through the fluctuations, I know that sometimes I'll feel amazing, sometimes I'll feel a bit shit about myself and how it's going, but I'm going to persevere because I'm confident that it's worth it. That would be a secure attachment way of treating YouTube. And you would kind of try and find a balance. This is something very important, I think, between showing up when it's difficult. If you're having a very tough week and you're very busy with other things, you need to find a way to not let that derail your posting schedule, because consistency is everything. Consistency plus improvement is everything. And if you let every single thing derail you, you're just not going to be able to show up consistently the way that YouTube needs you to for your channel to have a chance. At the same time, you need to balance that with not burning out and actually sometimes realizing that, what, I just need a bit of space and I need a bit of recharging for me to show up as my best in this thing. And sometimes that means you might miss an upload. You might, record fewer videos that, you were hoping to on a particular weekend because you know that you need to restore your energy and that will be good for the longer term aims that you have with YouTube. And it's a very confronting journey, and you might think that that's absolute bullshit because this is just making videos and posting them on silly little internet. And it is. Maybe it's not that deep, but also I have kind of found through the 5 years that I've been on the platform that it's had me confront a lot of things in myself. And it's actually been not just a learning to make videos journey, but it's been a personal growth journey too. And there's a lot of stuff that you have to undo in your brain that kind of try and sabotage you with this stuff. It's a journey of learning to be resilient, learning to work on issues that come up. Say like, you're very bad at editing, not being like, well, I'm very bad at editing, just gonna leave it at that. But rather be like, what are the little things that I can start learning to slowly improve the quality of my videos? And believing that you can get there. You know, it's not the case that if you're bad at a thing when you start, that you just must give up on ever being good. That's not the case at all. We can all learn and we can all get better. And sometimes something somewhere will click and your videos will resonate with the right people. And the almighty algorithm will be more favorable to you because your videos will just be better. There's no, evil algorithm that hates you. It's just that probably your videos are not good enough for people to want to watch them just yet. Moral of the story is, think about this YouTube game as a very long-term relationship and all the challenges that can come with that. And really try and think, how can I be the most secure version of myself with this? And make decisions not out of fear of either, fear of commitment or fear of abandonment, but rather from my most confident and determined and, goal-oriented with the long-term goals self. And I've also made something that might be handy for you if you're exploring this YouTube journey and you're at the start of it. It's my 5 biggest mistakes from 5 years on YouTube that I have completely poured from my brain. No AI used whatsoever. Just my very honest and very human experience of how it's been. It's completely free also. You can get it in the description. And I think you'll enjoy watching this video next. I'll see you over there. Bye.